Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of where we are interviewing different trenchers who spend their time trading Solana meme coins every day, and we ask them, what's going on? Who are you? Why are you trading? You making money? You losing money? So on today's episode, we have a very special guest. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. It's a good friend of mine that I've been trading with for a while. A lot of love for this guy. Go ahead. Talk to him.
What's up? My name's Loki. I've been trenching with Tub for about 6 months now. 17 from the UK, and yeah, good to be here, man. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Excited about this Dubai trip coming up, for Token. Excited to finally have a chance to interview you, man. I mean, we've been trading together for a while. I've watched you grow and develop. You've watched me grow and develop. So it's just cool to have been a part of that. I know a lot of the answers to these questions, but the audience doesn't. So I'm going to ask as if I don't know, and we'll move from there. So just to start, I mean, how did you even get into trading?
So one day I came home from school, was in my bed chilling, went on TikTok, and just like the average person, saw Chill Guy, saw Mudang, all of these on my FYP, and I was like, oh, I've got a bit of a crypto lying around from when I did NFTs in 2015. Not 2015, sorry, 2023. I was doing NFTs when they first came out on Solana, on Magic Eden, and I built some connections there, and I hit up one of my old friends. I was like, what's up with the meme coins and stuff? How do I get started? Put me onto BullX, and told me how to reset up my Phantom and stuff, and fees and everything. And that's how I really started getting into meme coins, buying a lot of shitters on BullX and getting rugged and stuff.
Right.
But I lost my port after I got into meme coins the first week, and I was like, I gave up on it. But then I spoke again with him, and I saw how crazy the volume was and the P&Ls were, and I was like, I had to get back into this because a lot of gamers are making money on it, and I used to be a gamer, so I was like, why couldn't I make money on it?
Yeah, man. So got brought in with your community, you were seeing it, you wanted to get in on the action. Obviously there's always a lot of resistance when you first start. You just started trading, you're doing this. What would you say when you were trading was your biggest P&L?
My biggest P&L, so on my wallet, I don't really have like a crazy P&L. My all-time P&L is a lot better than my biggest win. It's because I don't really hold as long as, people think, I'm more of like I like to scalp in and out of coins quick. But my biggest P&L is the day Trump hit 100 million followers on X. I was able to turn around 2.5 Solana into, I think, $15,000, which is like a 3,000% return on the coin. And I had another P&L just very recently where Ansem dropped a ticker, and that was a quick like 12k from 2.5 Solana. So I'm really tapped in on the new pairs, and I try to just catch it really quick.
Awesome, man. So you're trading more like cups, so you're just in and out, in and out, in and out, accumulating wins, making yourself green every day, every week, every month, and just stacking it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Do you have any like tragic losses? Like what was your biggest loss?
So one of my biggest losses, which is people will say, oh, how did you actually end up losing on this? It was like my second month into meme coin trading. I wasn't really tapped in with like high caps, 20 plus mil, 50 plus mil, and how they really play out. I had about 30 sol on my port, and it was my first time having quite a high port at that time. Kekius Maximus got dropped, and it was the first time we really saw crazy-ish PvP in the trenches. People were confused on which one to buy, the OG or the new one with the tweet and everything. And I blasted into the new one, lost 20 sol on that, and then I blasted into the OG one and I lost like 10 on that. So in the span of like 10 minutes, I lost like 5k in a day. Right after it, I was really like angry at myself, and I was like, fuck, I don't know if I can continue trading meme coins and shit. But I was like, it's fine. People take losses like this. You live, learn, lose. I spoke to you as well on stage. I was like, fuck, I lost this much, and you CL'd my wallet, and you were like, yeah, what you're losing on is mainly high caps. So what I feel like is everyone has their own trading styles. You should just stick to your trading style, and what's made me become a lot more profitable than what I was when I started was finding my trading style, which is quick plays, quick flips, in and out, not holding for too long. I don't like to get attached to coins.
Yeah, so you found what works for you, that's something that you can replicate, that has a good risk reward, good RR, and you're printing them. It's awesome to hear, man. So
yes,
you've been in the game for a little bit now. You've seen the crazy pump from like November to January, February, and now you saw this big crazy like fall off a cliff from Libra and everything, and now it's bouncing back up. What would you say What would you say is something that changed when you were trading that made you go from being profitable sometimes to being profitable most of the time?
So being profitable sometimes. So when I started out, I started in Potion, and everything was amazing. This server, like without this server, I wouldn't have continued trenching. I joined the VCs every single day and I trenched. And I was at the start, I wasn't really profitable because I was buying like 80% of the new pairs that come out, and it was 99% of the time fucking bullshit. Like it was just dog shit that kept coming out, and I was buying the same dog shit over and over again. But slowly, as I developed over time and started streaming as well, I learned the art of sitting on your hands, because you sit on your hands until you find a clear run narrative or a clear CT play, and that's what will give you that 40, 50 soul, 60 soul play. And if you just stick to that and don't buy every new pair you see that you think, oh, this is crazy, why didn't this bond, then I think that's how you increase the chances of being like 80% profitable for the week, 90% profitable for the week.
Right. It's just about sticking to your guns, I guess, right? Like that the emotion gets really strong when you see other people win and you looked at the coin but you didn't press buy, or if you bought something and it doesn't go where you want and you sell for, or when you buy something and you make money but then it just keeps going and you ask yourself, should I have sold so early? It's just all those little things, and you probably have been doing this for a while now, so you've just been making it a point to get a little bit better at those things every day, right? As time, you kind of just min-max your losses and your wins, right?
Yeah. So I mean, one thing I usually try to go with is if you make money on a coin, usually just leave it. Like, don't really, if it goes up, goes down, don't really look at it. You know what I mean? You've made your money from it. You should be grateful. That's something.
So
I
don't look
really
at
do go
charts
by
when you
because-
sell. You think that's a huge piece of advice to people?
Yeah. So unless it's crazy narrative, I usually tend to like make my money from, like, let's say a CT play or a really good tweet or a clear on narrative, and then I click off the chart. There'll be people in my call saying, oh, it's at 100k, 200k now, why'd you sell? Like, I made good money off it, I was proud with what I made, and that's why I click sell. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you end up looking at what you've paper handed, it really affects the whole of your day. So I mean, you just need to lock in and ignore like what you could have made and just keep looking at what you can make for the future. That's kind of like what I go with.
Yeah, so you suggest to these guys, after you're out of the coin, just get off the chart. Don't keep staring at it and hate watch it, hoping it dies now that you're out. You made the profit that you made, and you should move on. And that'll keep people's mind in the right spot, focused on the next cook, focused on seeing the next thing, and not being, if you're chart watching, you're going to miss the next one. And then you're going to miss the next one. And then you're going to get emotional about how you keep missing everything. And then you're going to say meme coins suck. Then you're going to crash out. Then you're going to quit, right? Or you emotional trade and you start blasting stuff that's not necessarily that good, but you want to get in something so badly because you just watch stuff go without you in your face. So I think that's great advice. I think that's great advice, and I recommend the same. So I wanted to start doing something at these end of these interviews, like a quick fire, rapid fire question round. Just gonna ask like some stuff that comes off the top of my head. Before I do that, one last question. If you could give, or two questions rather, if you could give yourself a piece of advice, if you could talk to the version of yourself when you first started trading now, what would you tell yourself to try to make things better? If you could only give yourself one piece of advice.
So when I started, I would have told myself, just be careful how much you're aping into coins. Like, because sometimes and what it is as well is people forget how much money they're actually dealing with. They see it as 1, 2, 3 Solana.
Right.
You could lose 10 Solana on a coin, you'll be like, oh, I just lost 10 Solana. But in reality, that's actually like $1,300, $1,400 now even. Just realize the value of money before it gets too late, because you can dig yourself in a really deep hole of just losing 1 Solana, 2 Solana, and that accumulating, and then you realize, oh, I've lost this much $1,000 in a single day.
Next thing you know, you're fucked, right? So what you're telling people is to take this very seriously. And as much as you need to become desensitized to buy in the first place so you're not missing cooks, you need to stay sensitized to the fact that if you lose, you're losing real money. It's a lot of money. And if you don't get yourself into, like, if you go crash out for a couple hours just clicking, you could put yourself in a bad situation that may be hard to recover from. And you probably need to make sure that you're treating it seriously. You wouldn't take $20 out of your pocket and throw it into the street for no reason. You shouldn't be doing that in trading meme coins either.
Exactly. And one more thing is, mental. you have to keep your mental intact. You can't rage trade, and you know, if you're down for a day and you think the day isn't going well for you, take the day off. That's what I always do as well.
All right, so I have a couple of random questions. I'm gonna quick fire. First question: what's your best wallet to track?
My best wallet is my 9 ECR wallet. I'll send you. You have it tracked up, so
Yeah.
That's my main wallet. I don't really use any other wallets. I had some old ones with some P&Ls as well, but that's the wallet that I use now. That's it.
What's your favorite strategy trading?
Favorite strategy? Just sitting on my hands and waiting for a really good tweet to come out.
What was your favorite coin? Like your favorite meme? What meme did you like the most that you ever bought? Like what was the meme that you're like, I love this meme? Not necessarily because of the money that you made, but just because of like what it was.
My favorite meme was, I mean, I didn't buy it, but it was Chill Guy because it was all over my TikTok.
You like Chill Guy? You were a big Chill Guy fan?
Yeah, I was a really big Chill Guy fan because it was all over my TikTok, and I don't think without Chill Guy I wouldn't have been in the space.
Yeah, man. So that's a good coin to talk about for a second, because I remember back when I was in Potion in the stages a couple months back when Chill Guy, I don't know if you were in the call, but Orangey comes in the call out of nowhere. I think Chill Guy is at like 15-20 mil at the time, and he's like, yo, you guys want some alpha? And we're like, yeah. He's like, bye, Chill Guy, and then leaves the call. So then I go into Chill Guy and I'm like, okay, whatever, and I blast 25k or something like that. I forget how much. I just blasted it. I ended up cheating for like a band or two, a couple bands, because I was just happy as hell. I was broke at the time, like wasn't really making crazy money. And when I bought it and whatever, so I sold for like a 20-30% cook, and then it just went to hundreds of thousands or hundreds of million in my face, and I missed it. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna crash out. But yeah, man, it's been an absolute pleasure interviewing you, Loki. You're a great member of the community. And yeah, man, I guess to end this interview, you know, if you want to know my favorite coin that I ever bought, my favorite meme, it was